Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kiss Allen Glover, and I am the Director of Enrollment Management for Truman College. It's interesting, on a daily basis, I have an opportunity to interact with students from all races, ethnic backgrounds, financial backgrounds, and so forth. And for however different they all are, one thing that is common is they often speak to their preparation for college. Now, whether these are sophomores, juniors, or seniors, this conversation is the same. How do I begin to prepare my post-secondary opportunities? Where does the money come from? How do I know what school I want to go to? How do I know what major I want to major in? So I will tell you, today's challenge is targeting the parents. Today, parents, I'm going to challenge you to help your student pick their safety, reach, and match colleges. Now, I sit here as a proud father of a set of 21-year-old twins. Back in 2017, my wife and I were posed with this exact challenge, times two. We had two students sitting in front of us that were excited about the possibilities of going away. They were excited about the possibilities of what they could major in and what they could become in today's world. And it was our responsibility to help guide them through that process. So my wife did her homework and she did her research, and we sat down and we began to have family conversations on a weekly basis. And what did that look like? Initially, we had to be real with ourselves and identify what our financial situation was. How could we contribute? What would be our family contribution to them in their post-secondary endeavors? Flat out, did we have some money to give them? Could we help them out? The second part of that conversation was identifying what kind of campus they would want to go on. Was this a 2-year journey? Was it a 4-year journey? Was it a 4-year journey directly into some type of master's program? We had to have that conversation. Were you looking for a large campus or a small campus? It was a conversation that had to be had. And then finally, it was important that we help them identify what that ideal situation looked like. What was the ideal situation? If mom and dad had zero contributions, what would that list look like in terms of you choosing your colleges? That's when my wife began to talk to me about picking a safety college, a reach college, and a match college for each one of the students. Now, you may already be familiar with this trifecta of terms, right? But not realize how incredibly important it is to seek out a good mix of safety, reach, and match colleges for your students. This is a big deal. No matter how soon you start, this is an incredibly big deal, parents. Safety schools. Now, those are the schools that you are almost positive that your student can get admitted to based on their academic profile, their GPA, their test scores. They're higher than the average student that that college admits. The reach schools. Those are your dream schools. Those are your Harvards, your Browns, your University of Chicago's. Your academic profile puts you at a lower end of their admitted student count, and you're less likely to get admitted. But I implore you, build that list. Still apply to those reach schools. There will be within a realm of possibility that you will be admitted. And then finally, your match schools. Now, I also like to refer to these as your 50-50 schools. You feel reasonably certain that you'll be admitted because your GPA and your test scores are similar to those who are already in the college. Let's go again. Quick bullet points. Safety schools. You're positive, you're almost positive you'll get in because your academic profile exceeds those of students that are already in the college. Your reach schools. Those are the schools, those are your dream schools. Put them down. You have 0 qualifications. Put them down because you're still a quality student. You're a quality student with outstanding GPA and test scores that still doesn't match some of your reach aspirations. List those colleges and apply, and then match. Those are 50-50, right? You're reasonably certain that you can get admitted because you have similar GPA and test scores. Now be mindful, City Colleges of Chicago is always an excellent opportunity to spend 2 years working on your transferable degree at a very reasonable cost, and then transfer it into a 4-year university that allows you from a maturity standpoint to be more intact and from a financial standpoint to definitely have less stress on your mind. Here's your challenge, parents. I challenge you to engage in this conversation as early as you possibly can in your student's academic career. Identify a minimum of 10 colleges in each category: safety, reach, and match. Identify a minimum of 10 colleges in each one of those categories and work continuously and consistently with your students and looking up those schools online to identify how their academic profile matches that of the college. If you can, visit those schools online, take the virtual tours, engage with advisors and professors from those schools virtually to ask questions to make sure that you're making right decisions. Have enough courage to check and adjust and change the list and take off and add on according to your findings. And finally, have fun and empower your student to be creative and make fact-based decisions. There are a few things that came out of this search with our students. We had fun. We learned a lot about each other. We were patient with each other. It engaged us in a conversation that allowed us to help them, not do it for them, but to help them make quality decisions when it came to picking the university that they wanted to attend. It's on. I challenge you. Create that list, 10 schools in each category, and create a full-time check-in system where you and your student are engaging through this process and making quality decisions. Good luck and have a wonderful day.